All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging in to the very end for us lightning talks. So today we're going to talk about the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, Open Source Community Edition. So first, I was pretty surprised this talk got accepted because I was like, does anybody even know who Kevin Bacon is now? So who is Kevin Bacon? He is an American actor and singer. His first film credit was in 1978. He has 110 acting credits and counting. You might know him from Beverly Hills Cop 4, A Few Good Men, Tremors, one of my favorites, X-Men First Class. But for me, the quintessential Kevin Bacon is a man that just wanted to dance. And so this is Footloose, movie from the 80s. I'm aging myself, that's fine. But you couldn't dance in this town, and by golly, he made it happen. Look at those happy faces and those 80s clothes. Yikes. Okay, so what is the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon? So it's an assumption that anyone involved in the Hollywood film industry can be linked through the film roles of Kevin Bacon within 6 steps. So because he's been in so many roles and he's put the work in, you can just get to him. And today, I postulate that the same can be true for you in the world of open source, but you have to put the work in. So again, if Kevin Bacon can be in 110 films and counting, what can you do this week, starting here at Cloud Native Rejects and moving on to KubeCon and beyond, to become Kevin Bacon and get your 6 degrees? So first, I want to say you got to network, right? But network on your own terms. There's no right or wrong way to network. You got to know yourself and what you're comfortable with. Are you comfortable just walking up to somebody and starting a conversation? Would you rather be in GitHub, doing an issue or just, commenting on something? Do you love to go sit at a table with a bunch of strangers you don't know and just strike up a conversation? What about email? If a speaker leaves their email, are you willing to just email them? Is that your comfort zone? Then we've got our socials, we've got our LinkedIn, our Blue Sky, the one that shall not be named anymore. And then, of course, organizations like the CNCF give you multiple opportunities to network at your own pace, right? So you can join the Slack channel. You could just see what's out there, check out all the different hashtags, all the different groups. You can be on mailing lists where you just literally receive the emails to see what's going on with the community. One of the things that I think is highly undervalued is the calendar. So every project has a calendar meeting. So you can go to like a SIG meeting, you can go to a project meeting, you can watch the recordings of those meetings, but check out the calendar and see, does this work with your schedule? And if not, again, there's the YouTube channel. And then while you're watching the YouTube channel, maybe you find somebody you want to ask a deeper question to because you weren't there live. So network on your own terms. And it's all about the vibe, right? So honesty and transparency wins the day. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you how it is. But when you go to a talk and you want to strike up a conversation and you want to send that email, you've got that LinkedIn request where you have to leave a message because I have it closed down, instead of saying I loved your talk, let's be honest, all speakers are thank you very much. Pick a point of the talk that you really liked and express your value. So I loved your talk, specifically the part where you called out the value of using one open source project over another. I use X and I'm super hesitant about trying another project, but what you said really hit me in the fields. And now I'm going to think about trying something else, right? So that honesty, that transparency, and that digging in a little deeper than just saying I loved your talk is going to be able to start that conversation that you maybe wouldn't have started before. And the whole thing is we want to be in that bubble. And while it might not look great on this big screen, we want to have that private conversation. And if at first you don't succeed and they say, you only get one chance to make a first impression, no, try again, okay? So how many times have you been Homer Simpson and you've walked up to a group of people and you tried to interject and you couldn't and then you just back away and you're scared? Don't worry about it, try again. Again, go back to the networking on your own terms. Now, I'm speeding up because I got my 1-minute mark, but and there's tons of non-technical opportunities while you're here. So I want to thank Troy Connor for reminding me of this Maya Angelou quote. Said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So how many of you have dogs, right? Go to the Pet-a-Pup and start talking about your dog. Share a picture, and you never know what that conversation can lead you to. Network on your own terms. If you are comfortable petting a puppy because you are so stressed out with all the other things going on, that is an awesome opportunity to meet new people. And lastly, just be the Kevin Bacon. right? So you can't just expect to get out a bunch of things if you're not willing to put in the work yourselves. So introduce yourself to people. Bring people into your network. This is your job just as much as like for you to get stuff out is to bring people in. Talk to the maintainers, talk to the people working on the projects that you're working with. And if I can give you any advice, talk to this guy right here, this little curmudgeon. Talk to George this week. He's the project guy. He's gonna help you. He, in my mind, is Kevin Bacon. And so yeah, thanks so much for listening to my talk.
Thank you, Laurie, and I completely agree. I mean, here at this event, if you're not taking advantage of the hallway track, if you're not meeting each other, building your network, this is what it's all about.